Okay, guys, so we are on to roadblock number 3, which is motivation. Now, there's this basic principle, I suppose, which all humans will apply to. And it's, listen, we are going to always try and avoid pain, okay, and move towards pleasure. It's that simple, okay? So it's called the pleasure plane. Fuck my life. Okay, guys, so we're going to move on to roadblock number 3. So there's a basic principle in human evolution that we're going to try and avoid pain and move towards pleasure at all costs. So this is called the pleasure pain principle. So for us, what we've got to do is really change the motivational strategy we use. For most people, when they start training, okay, we'll sit down, we'll try and get a goal, and they will say, listen, I want to lose weight. Let's say somebody turns around and tells me, I want to drop 3 or 4 stone. So at that point, they want to move away from the position that they're in currently. So they're going to use an away from form of motivation. Listen, 3 or 4 stone overweight, which makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm not happy with it. My energy levels are low. I don't like the clothes that I have to wear. I don't like how it makes me feel. I don't like maybe being in certain social situations where I feel uncomfortable and feel awkward. And what I'm trying to do is move away from that. That's my motivation. That's my driver. Now, at some point in time when we lose weight, we need to shift the motivation and start focusing on moving towards something else. So it kind of looks like this. The way I think about it is, if I was 3 or 4 stone overweight, that's like a big fire burning my ass, all right? And the pain of that fire is going to push me away from it. And that's what my motivation is. And I'm running to get away from that. Then at some point in time, maybe I've lost a stone or 2 stone, and I forget what that fire feels like because I'm further away from it. The intensity of those flames aren't burning so intense or so bright on my ass, and the motivation to move away from that point kind of shifts. So as a coach, or you as yourself, we've got to tweak that motivation and start thinking, well, what do I want to chase towards? So look, we could be chasing towards this idyllic fucking picture. It's you, it's your family, we're all fit and healthy, we're all happy, and everything is great, all right? So for each and every person, this is going to be different, but we do need to change our motivational strategy. So for me, the way I'm going to think about it is this. What's the goal after the goal? So if you're coming in to work with us, we'll always try and set a goal and put a time frame on that. I want to lose 15 pounds in 6 weeks. I want to lose 30 pounds in 12 weeks. Whatever the case may be. What we really need to think then is, and why is that important to you as an individual? So for the goal after the goal, so for me, I'll go through it now in a second, but for the goal after the goal, we want to say, how do you want your body to support your lifestyle? So we all want to live in a certain way, and really we need a body that's going to support that lifestyle. Do you want to be active and be there for your children? Do you want to be able to be productive and work? For everybody, it's going to be slightly different. But something that I always think about, and something that you guys should think about, and this is difficult because we've got to reflect and look inwards, is we've got to cascade the consequences of ill health. So for me, if I was to let my body composition slide and I start gaining weight, and let's say I get up to 110 or 120 kilos, that's going to make me feel a certain way. I'm going to be unhappy with that. But if I was to cascade those consequences on further, the ill health would eventually catch up with me, and the chances are I'm going to die young. And if I die young, somebody else is going to raise my children, because I've got young children and I want to be there for them. So the thought of somebody else being with my wife or sleeping with my wife or her remarrying and somebody else raising my children would be a pretty big motivator for me to not let myself get to that situation. Now, for everybody, it's going to be slightly different, all right? And I know cascading the consequences is a bit of a fucking whoa. He's getting a bit deep there, but ultimately, that would be the very worst thing that could happen to me. So guys, that is all we have got